Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
Well, that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 64 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
On play action, Young. Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Young will set to throw. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Young off the play fake. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
The numbers for Walker last week. 10 carries, 69 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. To throw is Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Here's Walker. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Walker once more. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. And they'll send Williams in motion right. Here's Young from the shotgun. Finding Williams once more, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Off the play fake, Young. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Young. There's another one complete to Shenault. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead with Hubbard. Evades him at the 10. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. These two teams all tied after one. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Hubbard. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. To throw, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Panthers have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now it's Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bobby Brown. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DJ Wadham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. Now following the sack, Darnold and Carolina left with a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Here is Young. They'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 3rd down. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
and showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Solid rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Young to throw it. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Young. It's caught by Sanders. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Panthers.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Now Young. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
From the shotgun, it's Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
They'll throw again. Young able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Now here's Young. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Hubbard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Darnold from the gun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing, Young. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick here is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before the break, Darnold. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to be incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin with a good one in the NFC. Atlanta heading west to take on San Francisco. And it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. Brock Purdy has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Joe Mixon, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Lad McConkey, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Off of play action, Darnold. He completes this to Walker. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And that'll be incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers. And ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Young now. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
And Walker once more. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. DJ Wadham able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you've got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Young to throw it. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. Young. Throw right side, complete to Williams. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Young working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. To the air once more, Young. He'll drop that down to Hubbard, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Young now from the 50. And a quick throw here, that's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First down, Carolina.
Young will set to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now it's Rudolph off the bootleg. And his pass, incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Darnold. That's complete to Wicks. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them the first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And Walker has it. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 5. Again, Darnold. This is caught. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Rudolph looking to throw. It's complete to Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Rudolph. This is Chenault on the receiving end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back from the 46. Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down 28-21. A little under 1:50 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Here's Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Darnold. He completes this to Walker. Gosh, given the time and the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Throw out wide to Walker.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Darnold to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Here now, 3rd down. Now Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. One last throw now for Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for the Panthers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the calendar